Welcome everyone. This is our November PGMP mentoring session. The objective of this session is to help professionals who want to do PGMP certification about knowing the process, knowing the content, and probably also clarify your queries so that you can decide, is this the right certification for you? And if you think it is the right certification for you, then you can also get an idea of how to do it. Because first we need to be very clear, this is something you want to do, and that is our objective, to educate everyone so that they can take their own decision. So me basically focusing on the website, PMI website, and taking most of the content from there. I'm Saket Bansal. I have been teaching PGMP for a while, and I am also educating professionals on PMP, portfolio management, skilled agile framework, and agile coaching, those kind of topics. Yeah, but right now I am more focused on talking about PGMP certification. I shared this because in case you have some related query, which ultimately links to PGMP, we can probably talk about that as well. So starting with the website. So here I share the link with you in parallel so that you also get an idea where we are browsing to. Now in the certification section, you have something called PGMP, core certification. Let me click and then share the link with you. So you can also play with this certification here. Now here PMI tells what is needed and what is the price and other stuff. We go down. This is something very basic you will definitely come to know, but just keep in mind the display of price may vary depending upon from where you are browsing, because PMI charges area specific price. If you are outside India, you may see a price in a US dollar only. Yeah, so that's one info. Now, first, I want to spend more time talking about, should you do PGMP certification? Yeah, is this the right certification for you? So PMI has their own justification. They tell, people who earn their certificate makes money. That's definitely you can study. I talk about based on the number of people who are enrolling and getting certified. On average, we get around 5 people getting certified every month. Yeah, that's something is our average who are connected with us in our programs. So why they are doing it? Most of the participants are 15 plus years of experience. Some of them are 20 plus years of experience. They want to get into something which is different than just PMP certified professionals. So they usually do it for a differentiator, because right now you have a 1.5 million around PMP certified professionals, and that number is growing like anything. Yeah. For example, in India, you might have around 200 to 300 PMP certification done every day. Yeah. So that way it's a big number which is growing, and that's why individuals say, okay, I want to do something which distinguishes and says, I'm just not a PMP certified professional, I'm a PGMP certified as well. That seems to be the number one motivation when I talk to the professionals. Another one is that they want to understand and put their program management experience in a proper format. Many of them are doing program management, but that is done specific to their company. And there are various elements of a standardized or typical program management element which are missing in their role. So with the help of a PGMP certification, they come to know about it, so they can put that information well in their profile. And also they start implementing those missing areas also in their day-to-day job, so that they get ready for next level of program management jobs. So these are the two type of individuals I usually get. Most of them have a project management experience and certification as well, but there are many who are basically directly doing PGMP certification based on their program management experience, which is heavier than their project management one. So they consider not doing PMP at all. So this is something, is the audience base which we usually end up interacting with. Yes, numbers are less. It is not that like a PMP. You will have like less than 10,000 kind of number for PGMP certified professionals all over the world, whereas the PMP certification is around 1.5 million. Yeah, so that's a brief info, and probably that helps you in understanding, is this a right certification for you? We move forward and say path to certification. So here the complexity starts. PMI has a eligibility criteria, and PMI has a little special process for PGMP certification, which is different from PMP. Yeah? So first is, what is eligibility? Who is qualified to do a PGMP certification? In a way, eligibility also clarify us who is the right person to do PGMP certification. Yeah, because PMI want to attract the right set of individuals. So PMI tells the individuals, most of you will be having bachelor degree, so I'm focusing on this, who has a bachelor degree, they need to demonstrate two types of experiences in their PGMP application. Yeah. So eligibility means you will put some detail about that particular experience in the PGMP application. So first thing they tell, you should be having 4 years or 48 months of project management experience. Yeah. In a PMI perspective, they see program management as an envelope to project management. In some organization, individuals may do program management directly also. They may have never worked as a project manager because they directly do a program management job only. But the way PMI is targeting, in a way, PMI is not targeting those individuals. PMI is saying we want to work with those professionals who are coming from project management and then moving to a program management. And that's why they put a condition of individual must have a 4 years of project management experience. If the person has done PMP certification asks for 3 years of project management experience, then they will say we will be okay with that. You don't have to fill the details of your project management experience in your application if you have a PMP certification. That's the first requirement. The second requirement PMI focuses on is that you need to have 4 years of program management experience. Yeah. So both of them should come within the last 15 years. The program management experience as defined in the program management exam content outline, we will see it. Basically, the essence of program is guiding, integrating, facilitating collection of interconnected projects so that we can collectively produce better value. It helps them in managing integrated manner, because if we just let them those projects do individually, they may not be able to produce optimal benefits. So as a program manager, I am facilitating the overall benefits realization with the group of multiple projects in a simple manner. Now they use a word component, and there could be a project as a component, operation as a component. Those details you will get it as you start preparing for the exam. But in general, that is the focus area. So they are saying that if you are a program manager from a last 4 years, could be 10 years ago, but in the last 15 years, you need to demonstrate 4 years of program management experience. So these are the two only qualification after having bachelor degree, which is needed for your PGMP certification. Now, how this eligibility is different from PMP style thing? So first thing is there is no mandatory contact hours. Unlike PMP, they don't insist you should do these many hours. That is not there, because they are targeting senior individuals. They are not telling you must go for some education from their side. Second, the application is not as simple as PMP certification. Application itself is a test. Yeah, that's another difference, and we will talk about the application process now, where you fill the program management experience with a lot of other details rather than just telling, I have done these tasks as we do in a PMP exam application. From that point of view, it is little detailed application than the PMP certification. Yeah. As you decide to do PGMP certification, you go to pmi.org and open your account. Yeah. If you are not yet PMP certified, then this may be a new account for you. If you are already having PMP certification, then it's the same account which you have been using from the past. So you go there and you apply for PGMP. That is where you initiate. And it will have a sections which focuses on basic details of educations and all. And after that, you talk about your program management experience. Then there is a 3 specific area where they focus on that we want to check your experience, and they call it experience summaries. Yeah. So there are 3 domains or 3 sections, which each section has a 2 questions. You can choose one of out of 2, and that need to be filled by the candidate. So it's like a 500 words. You talk about how you prepared the roadmap. That's a one option. How do you facilitated governance and various delivery of the at a program level? How do you work with the stakeholders? So there are options. So these answers should not be just bookish in nature. It's like there was say power interest grade. I maintain a stakeholder register. I created a stakeholder engagement plan. That is something very bookish. The answer will not be qualified for the review. You need to talk about what kind of stakeholder you worked with, what kind of interest they had, what kind of conflict you faced, and how you resolved them. So you can think of that you are writing a 500-word essay kind of stuff, which trying to convince the person who is reading it that your experience has the desired amount of richness which is needed for program management certification. Because the step two is your online test. An online test, as we understand, is having multiple choice. They will have a high level of validation of your program management experience only. They can't go deep. With the help of this panel review and application process, PMI is trying to create an environment where they are saying we are also judging the person's experience in a more holistic manner rather than just asking for multiple choice questions. So this is something you need to do in the application. The process is you fill your application, you submit it, and then PMI review it for the completeness. It will take few days. Once they find it is complete, they will move it to panel review. That's something the word you use. So the existing program management certified people who are a part of the panel, they will get your application. They will not come to know about your details, but they will just get a section of the application where they need to judge your experience and rank it. If they feel it is good, then you are approved by the panel review, and then you need to make the payment, and then you can give the online exam. If they don't like your experience, then they will give you a feedback, high level feedback, and give you one opportunity to fix your application. If they don't like it after second iteration also, then your application will be closed and your money will get refunded. Yeah, so that's the process of your application. Yeah. If this is good, then I talk about little bit of what is the exam content outline of PGMP exam, and then how do we support in making your PGMP certification easy.
So I have a query.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Rohan. Before we are going to submit this application, so the panel review will be take part, right? So before we need to pay the fee,
Yes.
or after, which part we need to pay the fee?
So you need to pay the fee before the panel review. Yeah. So process is like this. So you start the application and you fill your basic details and you submit to the PMI. PMI will take maybe 1 day to validate the completeness of the application. Sometime at that point in time also they reject it. Till now you have not paid it. So say if they see your project experience is not complete, your program experience is not complete from a duration perspective, they also check your program description, and they feel this is not a program, then they will reject it. Then and there, you have not yet went into panel and your application is open and you can modify and resubmit it. That's the first stage. Once PMI staff, PMI thing believes that this is good and they are ready to forward to a panel review, then they will ask you to make a payment. So you can think of maybe after 2 days of submitting the application, before they send it to the panel, they will ask you to make the payment. Payment will be $800 if you are outside India, and an equivalent money for India. And once you pay, then only they will forward to a panel review. If panel rejects your application, you will get your money back.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. So we are clear what is PGMP. It's for program managers to validate, to demonstrate their competency in managing programs, strategic programs, not tactical one. That's the focus they look into. And it is something which you need to follow the 4 years of project and 4 years of program management experience. That's the eligibility of it. And the thing starts as soon as you start filling your application. And now we will talk about how do you prepare for the exam as well as for application in a way, because both are focusing on the same content. And we can also, after that, look into how our program helps you in getting ready for the exam. Yeah. Anything before that, before I talk about the exam content outline?
Yeah, we're good, Saket.
Thank you. Yeah. So the exam content outline is a one of the official document, same website which where you were there before, focusing on what is PGMP. Now, if you click here, you get the full document which talks about what is the outline for the exam. Now, each PMI exam has this document called exam content outline. You might have seen it for PMP, you might have seen for other programs as well. Any program of PMI will have this exam content outline, which they claim is prepared after reviewing various market and doing research so that they create an optimal exam content outline which is right for the role. That is something which is also here. Now, in this particular exam content outline, as of now, you are just thinking about giving the exam, so you don't worry too much about it as a detail. but you can get a little feeling, what is actually there in PgMP exam. So you can say the PgMP exam has around 72 tasks, and these tasks are grouped into 5 categories, 5 domains. That's what they call it: strategic alignment, program lifecycle management, benefits management. Alignment is a wrong word here. Management, stakeholder engagement, and governance. Yeah, so these are the area. Now, what is strategic program alignment? So they have a tasks, yeah, and these tasks, and this is a percentage. You can see this percentage will come in the exam. Yeah? The number of questions in the exam will be coming from that percentage. Now, major focus of a strategic alignment is, it is not like we did a program to implement a particular software. Yeah, if I write that in my application will get rejected in the first PMI review itself. It won't even go to the panel. Yeah, they will say we are looking for those programs which are strategic in nature. Yeah, so rather than saying that my program has implemented a software, I need to talk about my program has helped my organization to achieve cost improvement or cost efficiency improvement objective. My program has helped the organization to increase their decision making speed because they were facing all those problems and they had a strategic goal of making things fast, and that's why they did this particular program. So the whole idea of strategic alignment is creating that strategic thinking. And similarly, when we are looking into application, we need to demonstrate that our programs were strategic in nature. They were not just tactical, some kind of process improvement. Those kind of programs are usually not appreciated. So here they talk about that how do you align with the stakeholder, how do you prepare a business case for the program, how do you get a charter approved, how do you prepare a high level roadmap, how do you bring alignment in the stakeholders to the strategic goal before you get into the details of the component. Yeah, that's the first topic, strategic alignment. Now, after this is, as a second one in a sequence, is a program lifecycle. Program lifecycle management is an execution part of the program management, which most of you will be experienced with. This is something you do day to day. Like you prepare some set of document, you prepare some set of reports, you work with the project manager, you conduct review meetings, you create scope statement, work breakdown structure at a program level, you take care of risk, you take care of issue escalation, you take care of overall integrated view, master program, master schedule. So all those kind of stuff which we do on a day-to-day basis, taking care of conflicts, taking care of procurement, taking care of human resource incentives, feedbacks, leading them, mentoring, coaching, all those things which are more or less execution oriented, they will go into program life cycle. Yeah. So if you have a program management experience, even if it's a technical program management experience, this part is going to be familiar to you. And in a way, if someone can do this part well, they are more or less passed in the exam. Yeah, because this one gives the maximum percentage, 45% of your exam is coming from program lifecycle. If you have decent understanding of other domains and good understanding of program lifecycle, you are 44. Yeah, 44% is coming from program lifecycle, which is the overall crux of your PgMP exam. So this is something can make you pass the exam. Now, usually people spend good time in mastering the program lifecycle, and that makes them, and having decent information of other domains, that makes them pass the exam. Now, other than these two, you have a benefits management. Benefits management, if you have familiarized, even in your project management, you might have studied about benefits transition, benefits sustainment, benefits delivery, benefits realization, maintaining the track of benefits. That is the focus of this particular domain. The way in a projects we track requirements and we track the traceability of the requirements, that we must produce these requirements so that we can take customer sign off. From a program management perspective, that focus should be given to the benefits. So we should be tracking the benefits, we should be aligning the benefits, we should be making sure that we deliver those benefits by way of working with various component projects. So maintaining, reporting, taking care of changes, deviations in the benefits, and then also transferring those benefits to the operational group and giving guidance and planning for sustainment of those benefits goes into the benefits management. Many individuals face difficulty here because of the probability that they have not exposed to this particular topic because their programs were more tactical in nature. But it's an opportunity because when we go for a strategic program management, this thing becomes one of the important areas. So some of us may just read it as a theory, but yes, this is something, a topic we have to cover. Then you will have a familiar topic, stakeholder engagement, which you do any leadership role. You do a team leader role, you do a project manager role, you program manager, later on a portfolio management. You need to work with people. So the same stuff which you might have studied in some other programs as well, identifying stakeholder, managing their expectation, keeping them engaged, managing their power interest as per their thing, managing communication with them, coming up with the interactive communication and all those stuff which you might be familiar with will get checked into stakeholder engagement. Usually people will find it easy if they have done a project and program management or any leadership role. This topic will become very easy for them. Then we have a governance, which becomes little difficult topic for many. It is again the idea of so the idea of program management is not focusing on execution, rather focusing on strategy and governance. So we can say we ensure whatever is happening as per the organization strategic goal. We have a benefits in mind. Now, whatever is happening, we need to have an oversight of it. Yeah, the KPIs, the escalation, the reporting, the reviews and milestone reviews, health check, those kind of topics will come into the governance domain. So if you do these topics prepared, then we are ready for the PgMP exam. Yeah, so these are the 5 domain which helps you in understanding what comes into the PgMP exam. So for our side, we have a self-paced program. Now, from a PMI perspective, you don't have to take anybody's program. You can do self-preparation also. Your experience is good enough. And on top of experience, they tell you can download program management standard from your PMI login. That should be good enough. Yeah. So these are the 2 things which PMI recommends. If you have a good program management experience, and if when you are reading the program management standard, you are finding things familiar, you can definitely go ahead and give the exam. Yeah, you will pass. Yeah, that is there. I know many individuals who spend less than 10 hours preparing for PgMP exam and pass the exam. That's there. But at the same time, failure in PgMP is far more than PMP. So when you go to social media, you talk to people, you hardly find anyone failing in the PMP. Yeah, you may find 1 in a 10 failing in the PMP. But PgMP, you will find at least 50% people, they do it in a second attempt. And each attempt will cost you $600. Yeah, so it's a confidence which you have, but from a PMI perspective, there is no mandatory contact hours. You do as per your understanding. Yeah, that's there, so you can take your call. Now, what we did, because we are dealing with those kind of individuals who are already familiar with program management, and they may not want to give a time to sit in a class and listen once. Usually they want to study on their own. So we created comprehensive material. If I have to teach this material in a live setup, it may take more than 10 days. Yeah. So rather than running 3 days, 4 days class, we have the whole content which is available to you, and a lot of support system. We have a WhatsApp group which can clarify things. I open around 10 to 20 slots every month where people can schedule one-on-one call with me. Yeah. So for our PgMP clients. So with the one-on-one call facility, with the open WhatsApp group and very comprehensive content, people get certified with ease if they just follow the content itself. Now, what is our content? Our content is basically collection of videos and a reading material. So each lesson we have divided little far more than what the available in the standard. And with the lesson, we have a guide also, which helps you reading the material and various sample documents in case you want to get a feel of how this particular document looks like. So that way, we all the domains which you saw in the standard, the exam content outlines are covered. Very much focus on program lifecycle by way of creating 2 sections and a very detailed booklet on it, and a very detailed explanation of something we call it exam content outline guide. So each and every task which you saw in the program exam content outline is detailed by how one can do it and what all documents may get involved when the person is doing those tasks. Something is created here to make sure that individual gets the great understanding of this particular content. And then the video questions to explain you how to answer the questions, and then very detailed content on assessments. So we have assessments which are basically focusing on domain first. Like each domain, we have a 50 questions. For program lifecycle, we have a 170 questions just for program lifecycle. 3 types of short test. First is a program lifecycle test, program artifact test, and something called program activity test. And then we have a full-length mock test, 5 full-length mock tests. And if someone goes through our guidance and do these domain-wise test first, improve their score, and then they go for a full-length mock test, they usually do great in the exam. So this is our self-study package. Yeah. On top of it, sometimes people want to take assistance for application reviews and editing as well. So that's a separate product, or you can take it together as well. So one can just take care of their application themselves and then take only a self prep program, or one can take the combined package, or someone can only take the application also, and maybe they want to decide about the preparation later once the application get approved. As you understand, once your application get approved, you have a 1 year time to get certified. Yeah, so usually people start with the application because it settles the big variability. Am I eligible? I'm really passed with the panel review or not? Once that variability is settled, it's just about preparing and giving the exam in the center. Yeah, so that's the process, and this is how we support. On top of it, the groups and the one-on-one calls. Yeah. Now, from my side, all content is done. Now, if you have any query, we can talk.
Hi, Saket. Good evening, Ravi this side.
Please go ahead, Yarvi. Yeah.
Yeah, so my worry is it's been 18 years in corporate life. So now I'm completely, it's like not in touch with the studies and all. So, what you suggest, how to maintain the pace of studying consistency while preparing for the PGMP?
So see, everyone will find out their own style. But in general, one of the thing is don't undermine the importance of taking full length mock test in a one
Mm-hmm.
stretch. Yeah, because the another problem which I have seen is some of the individuals who don't take mock test as a full length test, they do 10 question today, 20 question tomorrow, 30 question day after, and then when
Mm-hmm.
they score good, they believe, oh, I know the content, I will pass with ease, and that
Mm-hmm.
can create a problem. So that's a one risk you should mitigate, that you need to take full length test in a one sitting. Yeah, and in general, if you take 5 such full length tests in a one sitting, you will know how do you manage your stress and motivation to finish the exam. You will figure that out. Yeah, that is something is the important thing. Other than
Mm-hmm.
that, advantage and disadvantage, experience makes you take care of many questions easily. The another thing which we need to keep in mind for especially who has 20 plus years of experience, the exam is just an exam. Yeah, so we need to still treat the multiple. The in the application you can be very creative. You can talk about whatever experience you have. Great. Yeah, that's something you need to demonstrate. That's a good your place. But when you are giving a multiple choice exam as a step two, you need to focus on what is asked in the exam, and I need to treat that it's a computer who is going to judge me. So I need to see the option very carefully, and I need to eliminate the one which is not very clearly linking to the question. So I don't have to apply extra mind. Yeah? So if I apply do these two things, I will pass. So I limit my focus on what is given in the question, and I answer the question as an exam question only. And the same thing I should do when I'm taking a mock test. And then I need to take full length mock test to make sure that I develop the stamina which is needed for passing the exam. These are the two things. Rest everybody will figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it,
Yeah.
Saket. Thank you. I'm in line with you.
Perfect. Yeah. Anything else, anyone?
Yeah, I have a query too.
Please.
Yeah. So you have shared the thing, right? You have explained the thing regarding the question and the mindset and the overall stuff. So if I have enrolled with the purchase, so how long it will be available? Like how long it will be? I
So
have
our
started
program,
today.
which we give, the self-paced program, the first is 6 months. Yeah, so usually 6 months is good enough to pass the exam, but it's extendable by just paying 750 Indian rupees or $10 per month, yeah, in case someone needs it. But usually 6 months is the duration. Yes.
Okay.
Saket, one more question. Is this so tough that we need 6 months to prepare for PGMP?
So depends. Yeah. As I said, there are individuals who have done in 3 4 days also after passing the application, and they have done it well. Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
not something there was a thing. Individuals take 6 months to 1 year as well. There are people who get the application approved and then get little distracted. But overall, I believe around 100 hours of preparation is more than enough, especially your project management terminology should be fresh. Now, sometimes people don't even know what is mitigation, what is management reserve, what is procurement, and those content will not be taught in a program management standard. But they will come in the exam because this whole idea of preferred vendor list, talking about time and material contract, talking about transfer risk, all these things, they assume that person knows. Yeah. So
Mhm.
if my project management fundamentals are not good, then I end up spending more time. So for our content, I put a project management material also in the videos in case someone wants to check it. There's a one area which makes people delay the exam. That's one area. The second area where people end up giving exam three times and still don't pass. Yeah, there is a good number of people who will give three times exam will not pass. Yeah, so that's also a good population because then they have to wait for 1 year because PMI only allows three attempts. Good population. It is. I have not seen that population in PMP, but for PGMP there is a good amount of population. Those individuals they usually have either too much experience, so they can't even focus on what is getting asked. Yeah,
Mhm.
and they end up getting distracted and don't connect to the whole mindset of program management, and that's why first they delay the exam taking. Second, even if they take the exam, it may take multiple attempts for them. Yeah, so that's the two risky path. That's what I'm sharing. But at the same time, there will be individuals who do it in a week's time as well. Yeah.
Okay, great, Saket. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. One more thing I need to make sure of this. So, is a three attempt for the exam or for the panel review?
Exam. Yeah. For panel review, you have a two attempts. Yeah. So say you fill the application. If panel rejects it, you update it, and then if panel rejects it, they close your application. You don't lose any money. Yeah, your money comes back, and you can restart it. Yeah, after a month or so, there is no declared time, but you can restart again. That's it. So application rejection is no loss of money. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, maybe loss of time only. Then you move through the second stage. For example, application is approved. Yeah, then you move for exam. Yeah. Now exam first attempt $800 equivalent. Yeah, if you don't pass second attempt $600, then again $600. Then they will give you a wait for 1 year period. This is now this the 1 year starts from your application approval. They says you need to wait for the whole application finish. Then give us money again, fill the application again, and pay $800 again. Then you restart. Yeah, but you can only restart after your application duration is over.
So I got a clear my idea like the exam is about our preparation and the panel review is about our experience, right?
In a yes, yeah, in a way, yes. Exam is also tend to be influenced towards experience. That's why I'm telling that people can pass it based on the experience also. If you have done good program management, most likely you will pass. You may not score good. Yeah. You may not score good. Reason being, there are some specific documents which need to be understood the way PMI want us to understand them. In a real world, we may not prepare those documents, or we may call those documents something else. Yeah, and because of that, you may not score good ranks. Yeah, but based on your experience, you can pass. Yeah, that is actually happened with me. I was like clueless when I was giving the exam. I said, where all these documents are coming in, and many of them were not familiar, but I passed. Yeah, based on experience alone. But you won't score good if you prepare well. Then it guarantees that you will score good as well as pass the exam. Yeah, so experience matters both the places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is running in my mind like is that more complex in panel review? So
Panel review is something you can take assistance also. It's like that. What is panel review? You talk about your three answers of experience. They see is this answer is bookish or it is really demonstrating the program management experience. That's it. Yeah. They are not calling you, they are just reading the English. Your English should be good, which really tells that you have been doing good program management. Once that is done, filling the English usually a more rewarding experience. You end up getting more depth about program management when you are filling those three answers. That way, it is more rewarding. I won't say it's challenging, it's more rewarding. Yeah. Challenging is the exam only because there is a kind of a multiple choice question and all. This is something you can review it multiple times and then you can submit it. Yeah.
yeah, thanks for
Good.
yeah.
Anything else? Anyone? Okay, so I just to give a little feel again, it's a basic stuff, but you will get an idea. I'm bringing the lightest possible way of putting the questions. So I have 4 questions, which I will put in the format of poll. You need to scroll. Yeah, don't submit the whole answer. There are 4 questions. Do remember. And we will just play with them and review them once all of you have submitted in a 3-4 minutes time, just to give a little feel what is program management and what kind of thing can come, because we have been talking exam is like this, like that. Experience matters, doesn't matter. So let something see and have a practical feeling of the PGMP exam. So I'm putting the poll. Yeah, choose your answers.
Shaket, I got one question,
Please,
please.
please, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, likewise in project management, we have some section called ACP related to ACP, right? Do we have anything in the program management related to agility?
So the content in a program management is not that much deep in execution. It is more on a governance. But at the same time, you can expect some of the project might be following agile ways of working. You can expect that. Yeah. But since it is more strategic and benefits level, it is not focusing on the details which are life cycle oriented. It does not go into any project life cycle in detail. Yeah, in a
Mhm.
way, it remains at a program level. But can I expect few projects following agile or hybrid? The answer is yes. And in that case, they will promote the ideas of collaboration with the Scrum of Scrum, doing some joint planning. So they do have a one principle in a program management. We call it team of teams. So it's like the program is done with the help of multiple teams working together as a team of teams, and that principle is primarily associated with agile ways of working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, what brought this to me, why I asked this question, Saket, is when it's like I'm seeing lots of this trend, everything, whether you use a program manager or a project manager or a delivery manager, ultimately you ending up doing the agility. That's it.
Yeah.
From
So
last 6-7 years, I'm experiencing this. Everything is going towards the agility,
yeah. So
agile
that's
way of
the
doing, agile way
principle
of
is
doing.
there. Yeah. That principle.
Designation doesn't matter nowadays, Saket. That's why
Yeah.
I thought of.
Perfect, perfect. That question will, some set of questions will go into life cycle detail. They can expect some agile orientation as well. And in a program management standard, you have a principle called team of teams, which focuses on that life cycle little bit more. But it still remains on the governance and alignment and strategic focus rather than execution focused. Yeah.
Must be touching something related to compliances as well.
So as I said, not execution focus, but
Oh,
governance of compliances. So
okay.
if you have a governance which need to be established at a program level, that is something you do. But in a execution, so for example, if my deliverable is meeting compliance or not, that is not a testing in a program management standard. Yeah. But
Okay.
do I need to educate my projects and ensure my projects are following right compliances? And I need to make sure they get frequently audited for adherence to the compliances. That is my job. Yeah. So as a program manager, I need to focus on that. Have we created the right infrastructure, right governance, so the compliances in our programs are taken care?
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you, Saket.
Good, good, good. Anything else before we play those questions? Anyone?
No, I'm good, Saket.
Yeah. Anything else? Anyone? No? Yeah. I launch small questions just for a fun little bit. So you need to scroll. Don't submit. And there are other questions also. Submit your answer. I'm just ending the poll. Okay, let's review. So again, this is just to give you a little feeling, nothing too much serious. So let's review all these 4 questions so you get an idea how the PGMP exam will work. So question 1, during an informal coffee chat, a team member mentioned a possible risk that appears to impact their project. What should you do next? So see, here the idea is the difference between project management and program management. Yeah. I don't have to manage project. I have to manage risk which are either at a program level, or program level risk means they are impacting more than one projects. Things which are related to project should be handled at a project level. Until unless question indicates that this is something bigger than project manager or project team can handle, then only I will look. Yeah. So either it breaches the escalation level, the threshold which we have defined for each team, or it is impacting more than one project, then only I will take care of that risk. And that's the reason the second option, which focuses on inform the project manager and let them take care of it, is an important one. Yeah, you don't have to add anything, everything in your program artifacts. Yeah, so that's a small idea which clarified with the help of lesson question 1. So option B, inform the project manager and let them access it. Assess it is something is the good choice. Yeah, as per me. Question 2, all of you got it right. Perfect. Yeah. So you find the project manager struggling to build a realistic schedule and the team members are frustrated. What do you do? So you definitely have a goal. Now, one of the possible thing we may think, okay, let me do it. Yeah, replace maybe too extreme. You think of, I will do it myself. So from the understanding perspective, you are a leader. You don't expect to do your subordinates work until unless you probably end up doing in a real world sometime, you end up doing in a format of mentoring sometime. But the better is I can teach. Yeah, always I want to teach the guy so that they can take care of it. So coaching, mentoring the project manager who is creating this who is going through this particular challenge is a good idea, rather than I act on it on my own. All of you got it right. Perfect. That's the only mindset you need to get PGMP certified. You are already on a good place. Question number 3, all of you got it right. This is it. Yeah, this is what you need to learn from a PGMP perspective. So you observe multiple projects competing for the same key resources or key shared resources, and there is getting delayed. What do? Here you need to do something. Yeah, because your idea is taking care of program level challenges. You can't let a project manager brainstorm and resolve it. It may look very collaborative approach. Yeah, sometime in the agile ways of working, we may think project manager should be brainstorm and collaborating it. But here in a program management way of working, that's my key goal. Yeah, that is my key responsibility. I need to figure it out. How do we optimize? Because ultimately, I need to take care of program level objectives. So that way, option C, as all of you got it right, is the right answer. Yeah. Now the final question, this may be not coming right because of not awareness of these jargons, and you will get it when you go through even one round of program management standard. Hopefully you will get it. So it is talking about you need to align people to a program objectives. So that's a keyword which is usually associated with program charter. Unlike your project statements, scope statement, project management plan, they are not that much important document in case of PGMP. They are execution oriented document. They are not stakeholder oriented document. So the only candidate remains like a business case and program charter. Business case is expected to be complex and a detailed document, which is primarily meant for justifying the program, not for aligning people to a common objective. Yeah, that is not the purpose. Though when you justify the program, it may also align, but program charter is meant for that particular purpose. So many of you got it right, and others will get it right once you briefly go through this particular content. So that's it. These are the type of question you will see in your exam. Hopefully you got some idea of how the PGMP works. You got an understanding of application process, you got an understanding of our support system, and you also got an understanding of the content and little bit also an understanding of the type of questions you can expect in the exam. Yeah. From my side, these were the things which I put as a goal for the session. But if you have any query, let me know, else we are ready to close the session. Yeah.
Ankit, this is Sudhakar.
Yeah, please.
Just one quick question. I mean, it's honestly, it's not about the content or something. I think it's not only to you. I mean, probably anyone from group can answer. So I have already been enrolled in your PGMP program, right? And I'm a PMP certified project manager. I'm working as a project manager since some time now. Right now, I'm working with Nissan. So. Um, I got enrolled in your program, but somehow I'm not able. I started with the course content. I got through some videos and all, but somehow I'm not able to find that rhythm, right? Because there are lot many things which are going on, and I'm not able to, uh, though I'm a project manager and I should be expert in scheduling, but somehow I'm
So
not able
see,
to do that.
the
So
first thing is
how others are
don't
managing this?
what I can say is don't feel too much stress about it, because many people go through that challenge. Yeah, it is not like there. Many of the individuals who have enrolled for 1 year and still thinking about giving the exam. So everyone has their own pace. I don't say that there are people who will do it in a month. There are people who will take a year. Yeah, so that is you have your own challenges and goals. So first is don't feel too much. You are not the alone. Yeah, there are many people. Another thing is, rather than targeting daily preparation or something, make a goal for a week. Yeah, I usually find it is easier if we make a weekly goal, that in a week I want to spend 2 hours, or in a week I want to spend 10 hours, or in a week I want to finish this lesson. So when we have a week level goal, it is relatively, at least for me, it is relatively easy for me. Sometime I spend more time, sometime I spend over the weekend. So that is something, the another thing I can possibly suggest. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Sanket.
Yeah. And
I
any query, you can also, you must have been receiving email from me. You can schedule a one-on-one call also. So like you have a Google Calendar, you click on it, there will be options, slots available. And in case some topic is not clear, you just want to discuss some queries, structure, make a specific plan for yourself, schedule a call. Yeah. You must be having the emails. Yeah.
yes, I do have Sanket.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah.
Thank you, thank
Today
you,
I
thank
spoke to two people, yeah, before the session, yeah, who were more or less, they were in a hurry though, but they want to give exam very soon. Yeah.
that is what my intention is as well. But like I said, that I I need you cannot be 100% prepared all the
I
time, but
know, I
at
know.
least some form of preparation should be there. That is
Yes.
where I'm struggling a bit.
Yeah, yeah. At least the mock test should have at least 100 plus questions, right? Yeah, I usually give a target of 120 plus questions, right? But
Mhm.
if I am not getting that, I have not taken the full length mock also. The stake is $600, which is little high. Yeah, if the money was not that much, I would still say, go and give the exam. But $600 is little expensive
Yes,
reattempt. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Thank you, Sanket.
Great.
I'll
Thank
connect
you.
with you
Yeah, sure,
separately.
sure, 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 sure. Anything else, anyone?
Yeah, I need to clear one thing like yeah, so I'm a certified PMP holder. So so I need to know like for the filling of the renew of PDUs. So if I completed PGMP course and I got the certification, so will I will be having the PDUs?
Yeah, you will have it. Yeah. So with our program, we will give you 60 PDUs, which will renew both of these programs. Yeah. So that's there. And going forward, yeah, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And we will give you 60 PDUs for attending our program, because our online content is approved for 60 PDUs. That's the second thing. And going forward, you will have a overlapping PDUs. So as like if you claim 60 PDUs for PGMP, your PMP will be automatically claimed. Yeah. So same PDU will work in a both the certificate.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. And that's the style for PMI. For any certification you do, PMP, PMI, ACP, and all. So anything you earn, at least it will be qualifying for PMP. Not everything you learn for PMP will qualify for PGMP, but for anything you do for PGMP will be qualifying for PMP. That will be working. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Yeah. Good place to close then. Yeah, thank you everyone for your participation. Nice interaction, and things will remain continued. You can connect with our team, you can connect with me. I am sharing my LinkedIn URL also. In case you are active on LinkedIn, then you can connect with me there. I keep posting things related to PGMP and other stuff, yeah, interviews and all. In case you want to follow that, you can connect there. My team can be reached at iZenBridge.com, or you can directly connect with me on LinkedIn. Yeah. Thank you,
Thank you, Saket, for your time.
everyone. Thank
This is
you.
very informative and valuable. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.